What's going on, everyone? Investor here. Got another weekly portfolio update for you. Well, I was busy buying this week, so stick around to see what I picked up. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. Try to bring these weekly videos out to you every weekend, sometimes Monday, but I try the weekend. So this week I was able to deposit around $325 into the account, and I went shopping. You can see from the account that it's now $11,849, basically $11,850. So I was up this week around $160 combined between my taxable and my Roth accounts. So as I mentioned this week, or last week's video, if you hadn't checked that out, please go check that out. There was some milestones hitting that video. But I did work some overtime, so I did get paid, had that overtime money come in. So that money is what I used to fund the account, that $325. Not a whole lot, but hey, $325 is $325. I'll take it all day long. So, but you can see 11,850, and to me it's funny because just a couple weeks ago I had barely just crossed over the 10K mark, and I didn't even think I was going to be able to do that this year. And now I'm pushing, the 12K mark. So let that be, kind of motivation for you to just keep plugging away. Your account will grow. Just keep buying, keep plugging away. The money will grow itself as long as you put the work in. So this week I only had one dividend payment, but we'll recap all of October and show you all the dividends that I received for the month of October and recap some of the big wins, especially some of the milestones. So stick with us, guys. We'll jump over to that spreadsheet and we'll show you what I've been up to. All right, guys, taking a look at the spreadsheet, you'll see there's quite a few things that I've added into the portfolio. If you look here at the different position, if you're new, I'll explain this just real brief. The shares here, this is kind of what I'm currently sitting at. This was the old as what was last week. So then just the difference between so that I can see what I picked up for the week. So you can see just over half share of SCHD, a little over 2 shares of JEPI, almost 5 or 4.5 shares of O, 1 share of Coke, and 1 share of Kraft Heinz. You'll see here. I picked those up basically just as a cost basis, and also because their ex-dividend date was just a few days ago. Just try to put it in so I can pick up a little bit extra for the dividend paying out in December. ABR picked up 276. That was strictly from the drip. Tesla, 1 more share. Picked up 2 shares of MO for Altria Group as well. Let's see, just a little bit here more of Pepsi, a little bit more of Target, and then I just added 3 positions to QQQY and JEPY, just trying to hit the dividend for the month of December. So quite a bit. The thing to notice on the chart here is this green bar here for the 365 history for Verizon. It is now in the green for the last 365 days. So it has had a rough go, but it's in the green now. So not saying that's financial advice, not saying that you should pick it up, just saying that it's in the green now for the last 365. So, a couple greens here, so it's not all red, like it's been. So it's good to see that. So that's what I've picked up for this last week here. So moving along, you'll see the actual total of the portfolio here. This change here, this $95 you're looking at down here, this is just from how it ended on Friday. 95 bucks for Friday. That's fantastic just for the one day. So it does bring my total now up on the entire portfolio up to 165. And if you'll notice from last week, again, if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. I believe I was only up about $4 or something to that effect, $4 or $5 into the account. And now I'm up 165. So doing well. I like it. I'm getting there, and you can see Verizon is actually up now $42. They're doing relatively well. So, and again, not financial advice. You guys don't have to copy me. See, still got quite a few reds that I'm working on, but from where they were, we're getting there. I mean, obviously November was a fantastic month in the stock market, probably one of the best months I think it said since like 2022. So good to see. We'll keep plugging away. I'm going to keep bringing these averages down too. I'm going to keep dollar cost averaging, try to bring some of these breads at least a little less red. So moving along. So we'll recap here for the month of November. Let's see, $14.76 I received in dividends from JEPI, $9.31 from Verizon, $4.44 from AT&T, $8.61 from O Realty, $3.44 from ABR. ABR has just been rocking it lately, nice and steady, but they need to come back up to where at least I initially bought them. I think it was about the $14 range. $15.29 from Tesla, and the $4.85 from ET brings my grand total up to $60.70 I received in the month of November. Best month I've had yet doing this, and you can see down here, best month. My goal was to hit $50 a month, or $50 in a month, at least during the year. Obviously hit that a couple weeks back. So again, if you haven't seen that video, please go check it out. That was the milestone video. But it does bring the grand total for the month to 6070, which is fantastic to see, right? So if you're looking down here, next month projected, at least according to the dividend tracker app that I'm using now, for 107. How fantastic would that be to have a goal of just trying to hit 50, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'm at 100. That's what we want to see. This is why I'm passionate about being a dividend investor, is these kind of numbers, things that you can put together. And granted, I still have a small account. I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to get there. But as I stated earlier, right, I was trying to push 10K into the account, not thinking I was going to get there. Now I'm just on the cusp of hitting 12. So you never know what you can do unless you get out there and do it. So I'm hoping this figure was somewhat accurate, but just doing the math, I've got SCHD rolling in, JEPI. I've increased my position in Tesla. I mean, I think those are about $30 each right there. So it's very possible. So record month, guys, $60.70 in dividends for me. Fantastic. So moving along. Oh, and you'll see on the chart here, 60 cents are received on the 1st of December here from Ford. Again, I don't invest in Ford. This is just the 4 shares that I've had since I started, like way back yesterday when I actually started this account. I want to say in December when I opened the account, I bought 4 shares of Ford. Wasn't really paying attention to the dividends per se. I just bought 4 shares of Ford. I can't even say why, but nonetheless, I just held on to it. Hopefully if it comes back up another, I want to say around $11, $12, I'll sell it off. Still got a ways to go, but I'm not investing anymore. It's just going to collect the dividends from it. So putting the $60.70 plus the 60 cents so far here brings my grand total to $253.01 that I've received for the year. Again, looking at the dividend chart here, nice little steady incline. We want to see that cadence going up. And then this next month is going to eclipse this marker here, the $100 mark. Hopefully, according to the app, it should, and it's looking like it's going to, but I don't want to get excited just yet. So everything's up to date here. I see the taxable account, SCHD, JEPI, pretty much holding the main spots. Again, that's what I've been focusing on for the year, so would make perfect sense. You go over here to the Roth. The pie looks a little bit different, only because this one has Procter and Gamble, some Pepsi and things in it, things that are gonna be a little bit more money weighted. So it's gonna take up a little more position into the pie. But I like where they're looking. I'm gonna continue to push on some of these, and I'm starting to kind of work on some goals for next year. Playing around with some ideas. I'll probably talk about it more, I think, in probably the next 2 weeks, just kind of where I'm leaning towards, and I'll cover that here a little bit more in just a second. But trying to focus a little bit differently with the goals. I mean, obviously, I said last week, I believe it was, one of my goals is going to be income generation. I want more money into the account. That way I can take that money and hopefully either just drip it right back in or use it to buy some of the companies that I want to hold long term. So I'm still working on that. I'm wrestling with some ideas. Awesome thing about using these spreadsheets is that they help you determine a lot of numbers and a lot of different things. So once you get some of your formulas and things input, you can see things kind of coming to life, and that's what I'm looking to do. So coming to the goals, hit the monthly dividend a while back, hit the 50, so 60, 70 is what the new total is. You can see where SCHD and JEPI are currently sitting. So JEPI's it's close. I'm going to keep pushing. I got a little bit more overtime money coming in for this next paycheck. So hopefully not this upcoming week, but I think the next week I'll be able to put it in. But then come around Christmas time, I'm not going to be working as much. So I'm going to be home with the family, and, may not be a lot of excess funds coming into the account. So it'll be close whether I'm going to hit these, but I'm going to continue to buy dollar cost average at least as much as I can into these, and I'll get as close as I can. And we'll see if, what I want to do with goals for next year. I may include them. I don't know. Got some things that I'm working on. But so far, so good. So over to the quarter, brings me up now to $103.86 for the fourth quarter. You can see we're just barely starting into December, one day into December, and I've already eclipsed quarter 3. I've still got this entire month to go. So, and if that $100 figure is accurate, you imagine a little over $200 for this quarter. I mean, more than doubling quarter 3. I would love to see that, right? Because it seems like, well, here, triple, double, double, who's to say quarter 1 over here in 24 can't double again? Just gets you excited about some of these things. So, and that's one reason to get involved, right? So up and up still with the quarterly, 253.01 for the year. Again, this still kind of looks pretty sad. It's just the one bar, but Hopefully it will look pretty good once we get the years filled in a little bit more, kind of start seeing some of the history there. Dividend dashboard, projected income for the year, you'll see. Of course, Tesla's got the huge spike of over 300 for the year. I've finally figured out some of the things on this side. Got rid of some of the holdings that I'm now no longer investing in, so the yearly dividend here won't show on here. And then on that one, I believe I had the one that was on there that had that hashtag reference. I finally figured out where that was and got rid of it. It's kind of annoying me, but I figured it out. So not bad. Again, spikes on the left here because that's where I've been focusing. Next year, I'm going to try and include one, if not two, of the ones here on the right. Try to spread things out a little bit more. Again, it's going to be more about income generation. You see the top spike here, just over $60 for the month of November, all the way down here because I've only got 60 cents so far. But this year should take this above this, and this chart will actually add a new line because I'm going to probably go over the 100 mark. But either way, brand new spike. But when you look back to when I started back here in January, and we'll recap all this at the end of the year, probably make more sense. But you can see just the steady incline. You're going to have peaks and valleys, especially some of these companies are quarterly payers, and so every couple months it's going to have a huger spike than the prior months. But it's up and up, right? So the trend line's going to go back up here. It's just because I've only got 60 cents so far for the month. So, but that's good to see. Once the year ends, we're going to see a lot more peaks, a lot more valleys, probably being an afterthought because we're just going to see more peaks. Things are going to go up, up, up. Even the valleys are going to be higher than some of these peaks I'm hoping here in the next, few months, this next year. But that's what I've been up to this week, guys. Bought quite a few things, added some more into the account, really pushing to get to that 12K mark. So wish me luck. Give me a thumbs up for some motivation. Share this video with your friends that, may or be in the same investing realm as me. Small account, only pushing 12K, looking to add a lot more this next year, but it will eventually get there. Again, just put the work in, focus on what your goals are and make it happen. There's nothing that can stop you if you just put the work in, okay? So anyway, that's what I've got, guys. Please share this video again, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below what you think, what any of the ideas, things like that I may be able to use for next year's goals. And we will catch you guys next week. Happy investing.